The Way of Walking Alone, 21 Principles for Life by Miyamoto Musashi for older men. Imagine a legendary samurai warrior, his heart weary from a life of battles and duels. This is Miyamoto Musashi, and in his later years he sought a different kind of strength, the strength found in inner peace and self-mastery. He recorded his insights in a set of guiding principles known as Dokudo, or the Way of Walking Alone. Written in 17th century Japan, a time of constant turmoil and change, Dokudo serves as a roadmap to navigate not just the outer world but our inner world as well. It's a guide to living a fulfilling life rooted in self-discipline, clear-mindedness, and a heart free from needless attachments. Through 21 powerful principles, Musashi teaches us to let go of what holds us back, sharpen our focus, and find strength in walking our own unique path. These principles are just as relevant today as they were centuries ago, offering timeless wisdom to help us face life's challenges with courage and clarity. Before we explore these principles further, let's take a moment to settle in. If you're ready to delve into Musashi's wisdom, let me know in the comments. Number 1. Accept everything just the way it is. Let's explore the profound concept by Miyamoto Musashi. Accept everything just the way it is. As we age, this notion becomes increasingly relevant, given the challenges like health issues, the loss of loved ones, and feelings of isolation that often accompany this period. Musashi's counsel on acceptance can be a source of solace and joy, qualities we all value more as we grow older. Consider this. Relinquishing our preconceived notions of how life should be allows us to find contentment. This shift can be liberating for seniors, who often experience physical discomfort. Many elderly individuals, whether residing independently or in care facilities, report frequent pain. The emotional toll of aging, compounded by loneliness, can be overwhelming. Yet, by embracing Musashi's philosophy, we can transform our perspective and more effectively manage these challenges. Embracing acceptance fosters resilience. By ceasing to resist life's realities and focusing instead on our responses, we take control. This mindset shift from dwelling on the past to appreciating the present enhances our enjoyment of life's simple pleasures, increasing overall satisfaction. Organizations like the World Health Organization emphasize the significance of mental health for the elderly, noting that acceptance and a positive outlook are crucial in coping with pain and loneliness. Accepting our circumstances facilitates outreach to family and community support, helping to alleviate isolation. Accepting life's conditions doesn't imply surrender, but rather a courageous confrontation with reality. It promotes the abandonment of unattainable expectations and the acceptance of our current state, fostering a tranquil and rewarding existence. Such acceptance equips us to gracefully handle the intricacies of aging, bolstering our resilience and enriching our life quality. What do you think of this philosophy? Share your thoughts by commenting with number 1 if you agree. Number 2. Do not seek pleasure for its own sake. This principle isn't about denying ourselves joy. It's about making conscious choices about what truly brings us fulfillment. As we navigate the changes that come with getting older, understanding this difference becomes vital. Let's use an example. Imagine two people enjoying a piece of cake. One devours it quickly, solely focused on the immediate sweetness. The other savors each bite, mindful of the flavors, textures, and even the effort that went into making it. The first person experiences fleeting pleasure, while the second derives deeper satisfaction and appreciation. This deeper satisfaction is what Musashi encourages. As we age, our relationship with pleasure might need reevaluation. What brought intense joy in our youth might hold less appeal or even feel excessive later in life. Musashi's principle prompts us to shift our focus inward. Instead of chasing temporary highs, we can explore what brings lasting contentment. This could mean nurturing relationships, engaging in meaningful activities, or contributing to something bigger than ourselves. It might also mean rediscovering simple joys, the warmth of the sun, the beauty of a sunset, or the company of a loved one. By consciously choosing where to invest our energy and attention, we can create a life rich in authentic happiness, even amidst challenges. This principle also encourages mindfulness, paying attention to the present moment without judgment. By becoming more aware of our thoughts, feelings, and sensations, we can start recognizing what truly nourishes us and what ultimately leaves us feeling empty. This isn't to say that all pleasure is bad. Musashi's teaching encourages moderation and intentionality. We can still enjoy life's pleasures, but we do so consciously, choosing those that align with our values and contribute to our overall well-being. This mindful approach can bring greater peace, contentment, and gratitude, enriching our experience of aging. Number 3. Do not depend on partial feelings. Miyamoto Musashi's wisdom, "Do not depend on partial feelings," provides valuable direction for older adults facing the intricate journey of aging. It's a given that growing older brings a mix of emotions: pain, loss, uncertainty, all stemming from life's experiences. However, allowing these passing emotions to solely dictate our choices can lead us down paths we might later regret. An essential aspect of this principle is the understanding that we shouldn't make decisions based solely on fleeting emotions or impulses. Studies reveal that older adults often encounter significant emotional shifts due to health concerns, social changes, and the natural progression of life. Interestingly, research suggests that older adults generally become more skilled at managing their emotions, which influences how they make decisions. This emotional regulation allows for a clearer perspective, decreasing the chances of making choices based on temporary feelings that might result in regret or dissatisfaction. Developing a sense of detachment from our emotions while still acknowledging them is key to making rational decisions. As seniors, we might feel overwhelmed by the realities of aging, but by practicing this emotional detachment, we can approach choices with level heads. This isn't about suppressing our feelings. Rather, it's about recognizing them without letting them control us. Take managing chronic pain, for example. Instead of solely reacting to immediate discomfort, considering the long-term implications leads to more balanced decision-making. Furthermore, delving deeper into self-understanding and our individual circumstances can further enhance our decision-making skills. Seniors often hold a treasure trove of life experience that can guide our choices. By reflecting on past decisions and their outcomes, we gain clarity about what truly holds value. This self-reflection allows us to identify our priorities and make choices that align with our long-term well-being rather than fleeting desires. To sum it up, Musashi's guidance on not being ruled by partial feelings reminds seniors to approach decision-making with a clear mind and self-awareness. By avoiding impulsive reactions, cultivating emotional detachment, and reflecting on our experiences, we can navigate the complexities of aging with greater wisdom and resilience. Ultimately, this empowers us to make informed choices that improve our quality of life. Number 4. Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world. It's common as we age to sometimes feel like we're fading into the background, maybe even grappling with feelings of insignificance or loneliness. This can lead us to dwell excessively on our own experiences. Musashi's wisdom, however, encourages us to shift our focus outward, embracing humility and cultivating a deeper appreciation for the world around us. Thinking lightly of oneself involves cultivating humility and recognizing that our individual story is just one small thread in a vast, intricate tapestry. For older men who might feel their contributions diminishing with time, embracing this perspective is particularly crucial. Letting go of self-importance opens us up to new experiences and learning opportunities. It allows us to acknowledge our limits and imperfections, paving the way for continuous growth and self-improvement. On the flip side, thinking deeply about the world invites us to engage with its complexities and embrace the challenges others face. This concept emphasizes empathy and understanding. It encourages us to connect with those around us on a more profound level. By considering life's bigger picture, we gain a better understanding of the struggles and aspirations of others. This fosters more meaningful relationships and strengthens our sense of community, combating those feelings of loneliness that can creep in, especially as we age. Beyond personal benefits, Musashi's guidance provides a roadmap for finding purpose and fulfillment. When we prioritize the well-being of others and the world at large, acts of kindness and service become deeply fulfilling. Engaging with our communities and supporting younger generations breathe new life into our days, providing renewed purpose and relevance. This outward focus not only enriches our lives, but also positively impacts those around us, creating a powerful cycle of support and connection. Ultimately, Musashi's principle advocates for a harmonious, balanced self-awareness coupled with a deep connection to the world. When we think lightly of ourselves, we can navigate the challenges of aging with grace and resilience. At the same time, Thinking deeply of the world allows us to embrace empathy and build meaningful connections, leading to a more fulfilling life and leaving behind a legacy of compassion that inspires future generations. Number 5. Be detached from desire. Miyamoto Musashi's principle of being detached from desire offers a compelling roadmap for navigating life's intricacies. It's easy for us, as we age, to find ourselves reflecting on unfulfilled dreams or comparing ourselves to others. These thoughts can lead to a heavy feeling of dissatisfaction. But Musashi's wisdom encourages us to let go of clinging to these wants, suggesting a path to genuine freedom and contentment. It's important to note that detaching from desire isn't about abandoning our hopes and aspirations altogether. Rather, it emphasizes the need to avoid pinning our happiness solely on possessions, status, or seeking approval from others. Older men might find themselves dwelling on past ambitions or comparing their journey to someone else's, fostering regret and unhappiness. Musashi suggests that by releasing our grip on these attachments, we can direct our energy toward what truly matters: our relationships, passions, and personal growth. This shift in perspective brings us closer to the present moment, leading to a richer and more fulfilling experience of life. The practice of non-attachment also holds the power to ease the anxieties that can accompany aging. As men confront realities like declining health or the loss of loved ones, Musashi's wisdom offers a path towards peace. When we accept that nothing lasts forever and embrace the unpredictable nature of life, we develop a mindset that embraces change rather than fearing it. This acceptance allows for greater joy and satisfaction as we learn to cherish the present moment instead of dwelling on the past or yearning for what could have been. Practically speaking, we can put this principle into action by dedicating ourselves to activities that nurture our interests and relationships. Instead of chasing material success or seeking accolades, invest time in hobbies, volunteer work, or simply enjoying quality time with family and friends. These pursuits bring richness to our lives and foster a sense of belonging and connection. In essence, Musashi's teaching on detachment encourages a life lived with mindfulness and gratitude. By releasing the grip of unfulfilled desires, older men can find peace and joy in the present moment, discovering that true fulfillment comes not from external achievements, but from the richness of experiences and connections. This perspective not only enhances our own quality of life, but also reminds us that joy can be found in the simplicity of being, rather than relentlessly pursuing what might always remain out of reach. Number 6. Do not be saddened by separations. Miyamoto Musashi's words, "Do not be saddened by separations," offer profound guidance, especially as we grow older and face the inevitable changes and losses that come with age. This teaching encourages us to find peace by embracing the transient nature of all things, allowing for acceptance even amidst challenging separations, whether it's the loss of a loved one, the end of a relationship, or letting go of cherished dreams. As we journey through life, we're confronted with the reality of impermanence, both our own and that of those around us. Saying goodbye to loved ones, witnessing the decline of our own abilities, and simply accepting the passage of time can be heavy burdens. However, Musashi's words remind us that our attachment to permanence is what causes us suffering. Instead, by acknowledging that everything, even life itself, is temporary, we learn to treasure the present moment and find solace in cherished memories rather than fixating on what's gone. The beauty of Musashi's philosophy is that it applies not only to loss and death, but also to other forms of separation. As men grow older, we might face retirement, the end of marriages, or children leaving the nest. While painful, these transitions also offer opportunities for personal growth and discovering new paths forward. By embracing this natural cycle of change, we find the strength to adapt to new chapters in our lives. Musashi's wisdom reminds us that dwelling on the past or fearing the future only robs us of the present moment. When we release these attachments and accept the natural flow of life, we discover a sense of inner peace that transcends life's inevitable ups and downs. This doesn't mean we shouldn't grieve or experience the pain of loss. It simply means recognizing that these emotions are a natural part of life and that through acceptance and time, we can move forward with resilience. Ultimately, Musashi's teaching on non-attachment is a testament to the strength and adaptability of the human spirit. When we accept the fleeting nature of all things and learn to be present, we can embrace life with gratitude, purpose, and resilience, navigating even the most challenging separations with grace. Number 7. Resentment and complaint are inappropriate. As we age, we inevitably encounter challenges. Perhaps our health declines, financial worries arise, or we experience a sense of isolation. These situations can easily lead to negativity, fueling resentment and complaints about things beyond our control. However, Musashi encourages a different approach. He urges us to shift our energy away from dwelling on what's wrong and focus on finding practical ways to move forward. Musashi recognized that resentment and complaining are not only unproductive, they actively drain us mentally and emotionally. Instead of helping, they often trap us in a cycle of negativity. For older men, perhaps feeling a sense of disappointment about how life has unfolded, this rings especially true. Dwelling on the past won't change it. However, shifting focus to constructive solutions can ignite a sense of purpose and renewal. Perhaps this means adopting healthier habits, exploring new opportunities to enhance financial well-being, or actively seeking out meaningful social connections. Musashi's teaching encourages us to embrace a more mindful approach, acknowledging difficulties but focusing on what we can control. By concentrating on actionable steps rather than lamenting what's beyond our grasp, we regain a sense of agency. This shift in perspective is crucial for cultivating resilience, especially as we navigate the challenges that often accompany aging. Ultimately, Musashi reminds us that finding lasting fulfillment and contentment means embracing a positive, solution-oriented outlook, regardless of our age. Number 8. Do not regret what you have done. Do not regret what you have done, writes Miyamoto Musashi in The Way of Walking Alone. It's a powerful message that reflects on the paths we've taken. It's only natural to look back and question choices we've made, career paths, relationships, opportunities seized or missed. While a natural human emotion, regret can easily morph into a heavy burden, trapping us in a cycle of self-recrimination and preventing us from moving forward. Musashi reminds older men to embrace their past decisions, acknowledging both the wise choices and the missteps as valuable lessons. The past is immutable, but instead of dwelling on what could have been, he encourages us to move forward with clarity and intention. Our past experiences, once lived, have shaped who we are, contributing to a stronger, more resolute present. Older men have the benefit of perspective that comes with time lived. However, regret, if allowed to fester, clouds this valuable perspective, hindering both personal growth and our capacity to fully engage with the present moment. Musashi's wisdom encourages us to view our lives, including our successes and failures, as part of our unique personal evolution. This fosters resilience. Instead of being paralyzed by regret, we can choose to learn from our past, recognizing the lessons embedded within those experiences. This not only brings emotional freedom but fosters acceptance and a sense of peace, allowing us to navigate the future with confidence. This principle, in essence, is about letting go of what-ifs and embracing our stories, imperfections and all. It's about recognizing that the life we've lived has equipped us to navigate the path ahead. Number 9. Never be jealous. We might find ourselves envious of others who seem to have achieved more success, maintain better health, or enjoy greater financial security. This comparison rarely leads to anything positive. Musashi recognized that jealousy is a powerful emotion that can lead to unhappiness and discontent. As older men reflect on their lives, it's tempting to compare their journey to others, leading to feelings of inadequacy or regret. However, Musashi urges us to choose a different path, one focused on personal growth and fulfillment rather than envy. Instead of dwelling on what others have, he encourages us to turn inward, focusing on cultivating our own unique skills, wisdom, and finding contentment from within. This principle aligns with the idea that as we age, our priorities naturally shift. External achievements might have held allure in our younger years, but now the pursuit of inner peace and genuine satisfaction takes center stage. Rejecting jealousy frees us from the weight of negative comparison, allowing us to appreciate our own individual path. Musashi reminds us that life isn't a competition, but a personal journey meant to be walked with purpose and dignity. For older men, embracing this shift in perspective can feel incredibly liberating. Instead of wasting precious energy on envy, we can channel it into activities that bring genuine fulfillment, personal growth, hobbies we love, nurturing meaningful relationships. Ultimately, Musashi's lesson encourages us to connect more deeply with ourselves, recognizing that lasting joy comes not from external validation or comparisons, but from cultivating a sense of peace and contentment within. Number 10. Do not let yourself be guided by the feeling of lust or love. The 10th principle in Musashi's Dokudo might seem counterintuitive at first. Do not let yourself be guided by the feeling of lust or love. But before dismissing it as the rambling of an old warrior, consider this. Musashi isn't advocating for a life devoid of love or passion. Instead, he's cautioning us against becoming enslaved by these powerful emotions. Lust and love, while capable of bringing immense joy, can also cloud our judgment and lead us down paths we later regret. Musashi encourages a sense of detachment, not in the sense of becoming cold or unfeeling, but rather in approaching these emotions with wisdom and self-awareness. Think of it like this. Imagine yourself on a ship sailing across a vast ocean. Love and desire are like the wind filling your sails, providing exhilarating momentum. But you wouldn't hand over the ship's wheel to the wind, would you? You'd maintain a steady hand, using the wind to your advantage, but also adjusting course when needed. This is the essence of Musashi's principle. By recognizing that lust and love are fleeting emotions, prone to change like the wind, we gain a sense of clarity and avoid becoming overly dependent on others for our happiness. We learn to appreciate these feelings without letting them solely dictate our course, allowing us to navigate our relationships with wisdom, resilience, and a deeper sense of inner peace. Number 11. In all things, have no preferences. The 11th principle in Dokudo seems deceptively simple. In all things, have no preferences. Now, Musashi isn't suggesting we abandon our values or wander through life indifferent. Instead, he's encouraging us to examine how tightly we cling to our preferences, and how those attachments might be holding us back from experiencing life's full richness. Consider this. Our preferences are often shaped by our limited experiences and personal biases. They create a comfortable, predictable bubble, but they can also blind us to new possibilities and unexpected joys. Musashi invites us to step outside that comfort zone, to approach life with a beginner's mind. Imagine going to a restaurant and always ordering the same dish. It's familiar, you know you'll like it, but you miss out on discovering new flavors that might surprise and delight you. Life is like that too. When we loosen our grip on preferences, we open ourselves to a world of exciting possibilities. This isn't about becoming passive or indifferent. It's about cultivating a spirit of open-minded curiosity. It's about choosing our path consciously while also being open to new directions, unexpected detours, and finding joy in the journey wherever it might lead. Number 13. Do not pursue the taste of good food. Musashi's 13th principle in Dokudo might sound like sacrilege to any food lover out there. Do not pursue the taste of good food. But before you toss out your cookbooks, remember that context is everything. Musashi lived in a time of scarcity where food was primarily about sustenance, not always enjoyment. Yet his words still resonate centuries later, prompting us to examine our own relationship with food. He's not advocating for a life of blandness and deprivation, but cautioning us against becoming enslaved by our taste buds. We live in a world of culinary abundance, surrounded by tempting treats and gourmet delights. It's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of the next delicious meal, the perfect flavor combination, the fleeting pleasure of satisfying our cravings. But can food, in and of itself, truly bring us lasting fulfillment? Musashi suggests we view food as sustenance for both body and mind. Of course, enjoy your meals. But remember that true contentment doesn't come from clinging to flavors or making food the center of your world. By loosening our grip on these desires, we cultivate a healthier relationship with food. We eat with awareness, appreciating the nourishment it provides, but without placing undue importance on it. This allows us to find balance and avoid being ruled by our cravings, freeing our minds to focus on life's larger pursuits. Number 15. Do not act following common customs. Musashi, in his 15th principle, advises us to do not act following common customs. This might sound like a call to rebellion, but he's offering a much subtler challenge, to examine whether we've surrendered our personal autonomy to unquestioningly follow societal expectations. It's natural to conform to social norms, to follow the well-trodden path laid out for us. These customs often serve a purpose, providing a framework for social harmony. But they can also stifle individuality and prevent us from discovering who we truly are and what truly matters to us. Musashi isn't advocating anarchy, but encouraging us to think for ourselves. He's asking, are the choices we're making truly ours, or are we simply living on autopilot, following the crowd? This principle is a call to mindful living, to question assumptions, and to courageously carve our own path. It's about honoring our values and making conscious choices that align with our own unique sense of purpose, even if it means deviating from the norm. Ultimately, Musashi reminds us that true freedom lies in living authentically, guided by our own inner compass rather than dictated by external expectations. Number 16. Do not be jealous or envious. Do not be jealous or envious, Musashi advises in his 16th principle. It's a simple statement, yet incredibly profound in its implications. Jealousy and envy are emotions that can easily take root in our hearts, whispering doubts and fueling feelings of inadequacy. We see the successes, possessions, or talents of others and find ourselves measuring our own worth against theirs. Musashi reminds us that this comparison game is a dangerous trap. It distracts us from recognizing and appreciating our own unique gifts and blessings, keeping us fixated on what we lack rather than what we possess. This principle doesn't encourage us to become complacent or abandon our aspirations. It's about understanding that true success isn't defined by comparing ourselves to others, but by walking our own path with purpose and integrity. When we let go of envy and jealousy, we free up immense energy that can be redirected towards personal growth, cultivating our talents, nurturing our passions, and celebrating the journeys of others without it diminishing our own. Remember, another person's success doesn't take away from your own. Celebrate their victories, learn from their journeys, and continue focusing on becoming the best version of yourself. Number 18. Do not place yourself above others. Musashi, in his 18th principle, offers a powerful antidote to the pitfalls of ego. Do not place yourself above others. It's a reminder that's especially relevant in a world often obsessed with status, achievement, and proving our worth. The human ego craves recognition, constantly seeking validation and comparison. It tells us we're special, better than, more deserving than others. This mindset creates separation and breeds feelings of superiority, leading to conflict, resentment, and ultimately, a diminished sense of self. Musashi challenges us to step outside this ego-driven framework and approach life with humility, recognizing that each individual, regardless of background, achievements, or perceived flaws, possesses inherent worth. This principle isn't about diminishing ourselves, but about elevating our perspective. It's about embracing our shared humanity and recognizing our interconnectedness. When we release the need to elevate ourselves above others, we create space for genuine connection, compassion, and understanding. We begin to see the world through a lens of empathy, recognizing that we are all on this journey together. And in that shared journey, we discover a far richer and more meaningful definition of success. Number 19. Do not be attached to your position. Musashi's 19th principle reminds us that true worth comes from within. Do not be attached to your position. It's a powerful message, especially in a society that often measures success by job titles, social status, or material possessions. It's easy to fall into the trap of identifying ourselves by these external markers. We tell ourselves that our worth is tied to our profession, our social standing, or the roles we play in life. But Musashi cautions us against this kind of attachment. These things are ultimately temporary, subject to change. What happens when we lose that job title, experience a shift in social status, or those roles inevitably change as they often do? This principle isn't about neglecting ambition or becoming passive about our place in the world. Instead, it's about finding a more solid ground on which to build our sense of self. It's about recognizing that our true value lies in our character, our integrity, our compassion, and our contributions to the world around us. When we loosen our grip on external validation, we're free to pursue our passions, define success on our own terms, and find fulfillment that runs far deeper than any job title or social position could ever provide. Number 20. Do not be preoccupied with living a long life. Musashi tackles a profound human fear in his 20th principle. Do not be preoccupied with living a long life. It's a natural human impulse to crave longevity, to cling to life as if we could somehow outrun its inevitable end. But Musashi, ever the pragmatist, suggests a different perspective. He isn't advocating for recklessness or disregard for our well-being. Rather, he's inviting us to confront our mortality with courage and acceptance. Think of it like this: if we knew our time was truly limited, what would become most important? How would we choose to spend our remaining days? This principle reminds us that our time on this earth, however long or short, is a gift. By accepting the reality of death, we unlock a greater appreciation for life. We become more present, more intentional about how we spend our time and who we spend it with. This isn't about dwelling on death, but about embracing the preciousness of life. It's about recognizing that every moment holds value, urging us to live fully, love deeply, and find joy in the journey, without being paralyzed by the fear of its eventual end. Number 21. Do not stray from the path. Musashi concludes his Dokudo with a seemingly simple yet profound piece of advice. Do not stray from the path. It's both a culmination of all that's come before and a potent reminder for how to move forward. By this point in his teachings, Musashi has guided us to cultivate self-awareness, to release attachments, to embrace simplicity, and to find strength in walking our own unique path. But life is full of distractions, temptations, and challenges that can easily knock us off course. This final principle isn't a rigid command, but rather a call to mindful action, to move through life with intention and clarity. It's a reminder to check in with ourselves regularly. Are we living in alignment with our values? Are our actions leading us closer to our goals, or have we been sidetracked by distractions? Are we making choices from a place of inner strength or being pulled along by external forces? This concluding principle is a powerful message for us all, but perhaps even more so for those in the latter chapters of life. It's a challenge to approach our remaining years with the same mindfulness and purpose as Musashi himself. We can do this by staying connected to the wisdom we've gained through experience and holding steadfast to the values that have guided us along the way. By doing so, we ensure that our final steps, however many there may be, are walked with clarity, intention, and the quiet confidence of staying true to our path. So there you have it, Miyamoto Musashi's 21 principles for navigating life, shared through his book, Dokudo, or The Way of Walking Alone. What resonated most with you? Did a particular principle spark an idea, or maybe even a desire to make a change in your own life? Let me know in the comments. Maybe Musashi's words have inspired you to prioritize simple living, to finally book that trip to Japan, or maybe just to be a little kinder to yourself today. Whatever your path, remember these timeless lessons. They're here to guide us all towards a life of greater purpose, inner peace, and genuine fulfillment. If you found these insights valuable, hit that like button and subscribe to Stoic Insights for more wisdom from across the ages. And don't forget to click the bell icon so you never miss an episode. Until next time, keep exploring, keep growing, and walk your path with courage and a peaceful heart.